clarifying to a result of Krishna. Very nice. Yes, thank you. So where are we? Yeah. Okay, so I think I said some things which are not correct yesterday, so I will clarify that today. So in this particular verse, Lord Shiva is clarifying that a devotee of Krishna is very dear to me. And who is that Krishna? The controller of everything, material nature as well as the living entity. Srila Prabhupada has built the purpose. So Srila Prabhupada has first of all made it very clear that prachetas are fully surrendered to Vasudeva. Like yesterday, I think I said that they were doubtful, but no, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. When I reread it, it was like, okay, they are already fully surrendered to Vasudeva, and their surrender is something that made Lord Shiva appear willingly in front of the prachetas. Because Lord Shiva also likes to see the devotee who is surrendered to Krishna. Lord Shiva is not visible to his own devotees. Lord Shiva is not visible to great sages, saints, or austere people doing so many austerities. But he came in front of these prachetas who had taken the order of their father. What is the name of the father of prachetas?
Prachina
Barahi. To do the austerities and then marry to populate the world or planets. Okay. So what made Lord Shiva choose prachetas to give darshan is because they are pure devotees. So is pure devotee of Krishna rare? Yes, very rare. So this is how Prabhupada is starting. Very rare. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyante. So after many births and many deaths, one who is established in knowledge, when the person surrenders onto me, mam prapadyante. Knowledge is not that important, but knowledge in action, which means surrender to Krishna, when one has taken that step, that person, knowing Krishna to be cause of all causes and surrenders to Krishna, that soul is rare. It's not common. We might think that, no, it's not that uncommon. We see so many devotees, but actually, if you take the population of the entire creation and then take the population of the people who are very inquisitive to know who they are, and in that you take the population of people who are actually situated in knowledge of them as being soul and not the body, and people who are situated in knowledge take their population and then find out who is actually a devotee of Krishna. So it becomes very, very small. The number is very small is in context of the whole entire creation of the material world. Okay, so and Lord Shiva knows that. He's fully aware. The darshan of Lord Shiva is also very rare, and the devotee of Krishna, real devotee, pure devotee of Krishna, is also very rare. So this is basically like two rarities meeting together, and there's going to be something powerful if two such exalted personalities are going to meet together, and there's going to be a discussion between them. It is taken for granted that there's going to be something very powerful which will come out from this interaction. Okay, so now what is the difference between a person who accepts Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then there are people who think that they're devotees, but they're actually karmis, because they may be giving a part of their result to Krishna or Vishnu, but they don't take Vishnu separate from Brahma or Indra or Chandra or Lord Shiva. So they're taking the consciousness is, or the contention is that everyone is on the same level, but we just happen to give it to Vishnu. So basically that person is not a devotee. That person is a karmi, because they're giving the same place to everyone, but that's not the case. Prabhupada is explaining in the purport, if that was the case, then Lord Shiva would have said that any devotee who surrenders onto me or Vishnu or Brahma is dear to me. But he's not saying that. Okay. On the contrary, Lord Shiva is worshipped by Brahma. Lord Krishna is worshipped by Lord Shiva, Brahma, Chandra, or Varuna, or all these things. See this particular verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that Prabhupada is quoting. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stuvanti Divya Stavehe. So means Krishna is worshipped by Brahma, Varun, Indra, which is Lord Indra, Rudra, which is Lord Shiva, Marutaha, which is who is the Lord of the wind, Maruti. And so these are all the demigods, and another demigods, Tuvanti Divya, other demigods, they're all worshipping Krishna. Okay, so this is also the situation of a devotee. Actually, if somebody is really trying to be a devotee of Krishna, then they will be very, very happy when they see another person who's also trying to be a devotee of Krishna. This is the difference between the consciousness which is situated in the material platform and the consciousness which is situated in the spiritual platform. The consciousness situated in the material platform is, if somebody is happy, then I'm unhappy. Oh, how come that person is happy? It's not possible. How come that person is so advanced? How come that person has so many things, and that person is better than me in so many things? So I am unhappy. Okay, so that's material consciousness. Spiritual consciousness is, if somebody is trying to become a devotee of Krishna, wonderful. This is wonderful. At least somebody is going. Very, very nice. So I will also try to seek that person's association and try to learn that as to what they did which pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he earned the mercy of the Lord. So that's spiritual consciousness. Not very common, cannot be cultivated just by our own practice. Okay, there's got to be an element of mercy. There's got to be an element of non-pretentious behavior or sincerity. Okay, but that's the difference. We can know how advanced we are in our Krishna consciousness by testing this. By testing this, that if somebody is happy, does it make me happy or unhappy? From the core of the heart, not external makeup emotions. Okay, not the showcase externally, but internally, what is going on in the heart? Because Krishna knows that. Krishna knows us from that point of view. He's not interested in the material body. He's not even interested in the material mind. He's interested in the soul. Very interested. Okay. So, so Vasudev or Krishna is also called Purushottama. It's not that he's the supreme controller, but he's also the supreme enjoyer. So Purusha Uttama. Purush means enjoyer. It's not, Purush doesn't mean men and women, but Purush literally means in Sanskrit the enjoyer. And Uttama, the ultimate enjoyer, the supreme most enjoyer. Basically, my spiritual master teaches it in this way: Krishna is the only enjoyer. There's only one enjoyer. Everyone else is enjoyed by Krishna. So basically, in that context, everybody is Prakriti. Every single living entity, either a human being or anybody, plant, aquatics, animals, and everybody, even demigods, come under the category of Prakriti if we look at it from Krishna's point of view. Because we are all actually meant to be with Krishna right now. We are supposed to be with him, assist him in his pastimes. That was the reason for the creation from the get-go. Somehow it took a detour. Now we have to recalculate our route and go back. Okay, so there's a little bit of an effort there. Okay, and then Srila Prabhupada explains that we call ourselves as Purusha. I really like this line. That we call, by endeavoring to dominate material nature, the living entity simply struggles hard for existence. So basically, we think that I can, if I work hard, the mentality is this. You tell me right or wrong, or if your understanding is something else. The mentality is, if I work hard, I will earn hard, and if I earn hard, then I'll enjoy hard. Yeah, is that the mentality or no? Or am I mistaken?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
If I work hard, if I'm educated, if I have a good job, good source of income, or multiple sources of income, a little bit from here, a little bit from there, good savings, good plans, then I have good life because I have good access for objects that I consider as objects of my, or cause of my enjoyment, right? This is the definition of happiness and enjoyment in this world. But interestingly, Shastra says something like this: by endeavoring to dominate material nature, the living entity simply struggles hard for existence. a very interesting line. If you actually try to understand it from the creative writing point of view, Prabhupada is writing the hard thing first, endeavoring to dominate material nature. It sounds like something I really want to, like be the lord of whatever I'm going to survey in this world. If I discover a natural gas or a mine which actually is filled with diamonds or gold, then I will become the richest person of Southeast Asia or South America or North America or whatever, right? And then I will become a source of role model. People are going to come and look at my lifestyle because that's what everybody aims for. But Prabhupada is saying if one is endeavoring to enjoy in the material world or dominate the material world, this endeavor is simply a struggle. And what kind of a struggle? Hard struggle for existence. How do we understand this? Because this is not what we think. Indeed, he struggles so hard to enjoy himself that he cannot even enjoy the material resources. Because they're always like, let's say we talk about, Navanisha Prabhu gives example of this person who wants to open the petroleum plant. Okay. So very great idea. So want to open a petroleum plant, but look at the life. First, they have to figure out where the natural petrol is coming from, which is usually at the bed of the ocean. So basically, they have to go so deep in the ocean to get the unrefined source of gas or petrol, and then make a huge refinery just to purify it. Right? Then sometimes this is broken, sometimes this is broken, and then there are so many toxic gases which are produced, and you have to go in the middle of ocean and stay there to get to extract, and then you have to make, I don't know, big business plan. So that the idea is so that I keep earning money, and I'll earn money sweeter than honey. That's the idea, right? Or I get fame, or I get, I don't know what people think when they do that, but probably that's what they think. So Prabhupada is saying this is only a hard struggle. So much struggle, they actually don't have any time to enjoy the material resources. Because, and we see that, they're sleepless, like they don't sleep. If you ask any person who are so-called successful in their career or in their endeavor, have you ever seen like or read the biographies of any people like that? Any very famous people? Then they sleep, how many hours they sleep in the night? Usually
4 to 5.
4 to 5 is a lot. I have 2 to 3 hours in the night. Yes, the average the sleep. And then are they able to, do they have time to be with their family? They're always so busy. They don't. Do they have the best of the best health? Don't. Do they not suffer from any anxiety? Actually, in the population curve, if you look at the distribution of mental health disorders across the entire population across the globe, there are two peaks, two age groups which peak, and that age group is usually between either 15 to 20. Okay, that age group has a lot of mental health disorders, and then it starts right from 40 onwards, 40 to 60 or 70. Okay, so that age group has a lot of mental health disorders. So majority of the population which comes in the medical field to seek help or is diagnosed or is dying from suicide, which is the number 2 cause of death in this population, is because they don't have it's not because they don't have a nice fancy car. It's not because they don't have money to eat food. It's not because they're malnourished. It's because they don't have mental peace. I don't have mental peace. Like you can think of so many rich people. How come they're dying? Actually, we have to think about it. It's not that I can just say it for the sake of saying, but we have to understand the words of the Shastras and see where are we actually seeing it live. You have to see these words live in our life. But we still somehow or other don't leave this illusion, and we cannot. From our endeavor, it's not possible. Then how is it possible? Bhagavat Bhakti, only Bhagavad Bhakti, only by the virtue of Krishna consciousness can this cloud of illusion be removed, because this illusion is caused by external energy of Krishna, which is very powerful. Krishna himself says in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Devi hi esha gunamai, mama maya durataya. This powerful energy, external energy of mine, is very, very powerful because it's my Maya. Krishna is powerful. Everything is going to be powerful. But somehow we get this illusion that it's going to act on someone else, but not me. But it is very much acting on everybody. Even a person who's chanting Hare Krishna is acting on that person also. But the only difference is that the person who's chanting Hare Krishna with some sincerity in the heart has actually a vision. Actually, there is a perception of, okay, this looks like an illusion. This doesn't look like coming from the place of Krishna consciousness. Person who's not chanting Hare Krishna is really like, it's like let loose in the world. Really has struggle everywhere. So it is struggle. It's struggle. It's struggle. People think coming to developed countries of the world will make their life better, right? Like, yes or no? Like, people want to come to Western world or countries like Japan or Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Germany, right? All these UK or America, right? Okay, we are going to go there. What is the number one reason to come there? Definitely not to become Krishna conscious. That's not the number one reason. What's the number one reason for people to uproot from their homes and look for
Life would be
second
comfortable.
Make standard life.
Enjoy. Comfortable life.
Earning money, Mataji. Only.
To earn money.
Yeah.
Or having a royal
Ultimately,
standard life.
we may say whatever, okay, we may say better prospect or whatever, but ultimately the heart of the heart, the reason is there's going to be more money. That's the heart of the heart. Everybody, okay, it's not, there's no exception. Yes, there is exception. Srila Prabhupada is an exception. Or if somebody is coming solely for the purpose of preaching to the Western world, which those people are an exception. But in general, this is what brings one person from one part of the country to another part of the country. It's not that, oh, this country was not good enough to honor my skills. Okay, that could be a reason, but honor my skills means what? Go more deep. What? Means I was not earning enough, which I deserve, right? My package was not good enough. So basically, people come. And when they come, do you think that they're very happy? Have you ever seen the lifestyle of a person who has recently left their home in another country and came to another country to live? Have you ever had a first-hand experience of such a family or a person or these students who come?
Mataji, one of my
No, Mataji.
he feels alone there. No one is there to talk and do anything. So very lonely he is feeling there.
Yes. So it's not easy. It's not easy because when they come to this country or Western countries or so-called developed countries, they feel like they don't belong anywhere. Because do I belong to my country or do I belong to this country? Where do I belong? Okay, so the sense of belongingness is shaken, and the sense of belongingness is the need for existence. It's a need. It's not a want. A human being has to belong to survive. It's a survival mechanism. Okay, that is why we see that even though people settle, but then they have these small communities. In America, I can tell you there's a small communities, a community of Russian devotees, community of devotees, not devotees, I'm sorry, community of people from Russia, community of people from Egypt, community of people from Bengal, community of people from Odisha, community of people from Gujarat, or community of people from, you name it, El Salvador. So there's so many small, and you can Facebook, do it. There's this Indian community, SOS Indian community, who are living outside world, in the outside countries. So all these communities are formed because this is a need. It's a need for survival. So basically, we are still struggling. The struggle is not over. It's not over. And this is a very nice verse which we can discuss at some later point. That the word karshati. Karshati means situated. Prakriti sthani. Oh, sorry. Karshati means struggling, and prakriti sthani means is situated in the material world. So a conditioned soul is situated in the material world. Why is this conditioned soul situated in the material world? Because of the Shashta Indriyani, six senses, which includes the mind. Because of this six senses, which includes the mind, a conditioned soul who is actually a part and parcel of Krishna, always Sanatanaha, always part and parcel of Krishna, is now situated in this material world and is struggling. Very, very struggling. So when you look at another person, that can be one lens that we, or window we can give to our mind, that when we look at some other person, look at that person from the eyes of the Shastras. They may be very rich, they may be very famous, they may be very educated, they may be very beautiful, very renounced, or they may be whatever, but that person is struggling. Okay, is the struggle is not, the struggle is a different type. Their struggle is not, okay, they may not be like struggling to earn their living. They may not be struggling to eat food, but that person is struggling within their own self. Anybody who is not trying to go to Krishna is struggling. Anybody, period. This is the whole, the case is rested with this particular statement in the Shastras. Anybody who is not trying to understand that who are they, or who am I, who is Krishna, where am I coming from, can I stop dying, is there anything that can help me to explain that why are these things happening in my life which I don't want, that person is struggling. And the struggle is given to that person from Krishna's external energy, which is Maya, and it's very powerful, and that person will keep struggling. The whole, I was thinking one day, award ceremony, I don't know where I was sitting. Maybe I was sitting in my own son's school, and there was these children getting awards. So the people were calling, this person is getting, this child is getting an award for this particular thing. Okay, so everybody is like clapping, right? Yeah, do you go to your kid's school and then this happens? You go and then is this clapping, like your child goes?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
you
yes,
go on the
Mataji.
stage.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
So I was watching, and I don't know why, but I think Krishna gave me intelligence. I had that Krishna aha moment at the time, that we are saying, oh, this person has done so well, here you go, you get an award. But actually, what is that done so well? You know, have they become more competent to understand their own self? Have they become more competent to understand the real goal of their life? Have they become competent to understand their own existence? Nothing. And what have they really done so far, so well? And what is this award for? That, okay, they have been able to beat one struggle. Examination was a struggle. This person did it. Okay, so basically we are awarding each other, or we are discarding each other based on how many struggles of life have, based on how many problems have we been able to solve. Okay, so this is a very, I mean, I'm not saying we should not appreciate. I'm not saying that start giving high five philosophy to a 5-year-old or 10-year-old, but understand. Because what happens with that understanding is that for me, particularly, the element of envy is completely subdued because I get the answer. That is there anything that I can do for this particular person so that they can invoke their Krishna consciousness? That becomes the mission of life, anywhere you are. Okay, that person may be very big, whatever they are in their profession or in their life or in their community, very big title, or prime minister, president, or whatever, management chief, whatever they may be. But if they have not been able to see who they are, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you ask this question, who am I? Not, then the struggle. They have come to that post. You think becoming Indra is very easy? Tomorrow's verse will define who becomes eligible to become Brahma, and who becomes eligible to take the post of Lord Shiva. Tomorrow's verse will tell us that. But do you think becoming Lord Indra is very easy? Anybody, any Tom, Dick, or Harry can become Indra?
No.
No, Mataji.
That person has passed many examinations. One person, tomorrow's verse will tell, the person who becomes Rama is a person who has actually followed their occupational duties with a lot of sincerity for 100 lives. So after following the sincere occupational duties of one's Varna and ashram for 100 lives, and then that person becomes Brahma. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say.
रोज तो था ना, कहीं नहीं संगीतला म्हणजे काय काही चेंज नाही आहे.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I was on mute. So, okay. So, so if you can say, okay, directly, so Krishna, one has to become Krishna conscious in a very non-pretentious manner, in a very direct manner, not like, okay, Krishna and Vishnu or Brahma or Shiva or Chandra or everybody is at the same level. It's not the case. The case is that there is a hierarchy. Krishna is at the top, and Krishna was always at the top and will always remain at the top. Everyone else is servant of Krishna, but the relationship between devotee of Krishna and Krishna is that of a loving exchange. We are scared of leadership because there is no such relationship of love, right? How many leaders in your community or in your job work are very concerned about about your well-being? How many of them are concerned about it? Genuinely asking, and you feel secure. Now, there's so many issues I can discuss on this. You know, for example, I can give you example. So the maternity leave, right? A new mother has given birth to a child. So that is the biggest area of discussion, at least in US, that they should get 1 year maternity leave. But they hardly give 2 to 3 weeks of maternity leave because they want that person to come back to work and produce revenue at work. Okay, so otherwise that person is made to feel that you are not good enough. Your life is not good enough. It's a very violent way of living. Okay. At the end, Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna or Lord Shiva are not at the same level. Lord Shiva himself is a devotee of Krishna, and anyone who is a devotee of Krishna is very dear to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva therefore appeared in front of the Prachetas because Prachetas were devotees of Krishna, and he wanted to take this darshan. So this is going to be an amazing discussion. One rare person, devotee, Lord Shiva, is meeting another rare person who is a pure devotee of Krishna. This talk is going to be amazing. Okay. Okay. Any questions, reflections, or realizations, corrections? Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, I could not hear the lecture of career dharma.
Mataji, I think you can go back to the YouTube. You can unmute or you can write. You said you could not hear anything.
Yes, Mataji, you told me you can hear. Right? When I open,
you can go to the YouTube channel and listen to it. Okay, this is still live. All right.
I mean, Mataji, I don't feel like listening those lectures. So should I refer some other lectures to listen on my own?
Okay. Yeah, you can listen to any lecture you want. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, reflections, realizations, corrections from today's class?